My name's Eric Roughana. I was born here in Mount Gambier and I've lived here all my life. And I've attempted over the years to contribute to the Mount Gambier community in many ways. The first school I went to, of course, was St Paul's School from grade 1 to 3. And in 1935, when I went into grade 4, I came out here to the Marist Brothers. And I was here until I finished in 1942 in the Leaving Certificate, or grade 11 as it's referred to now, which is the highest that it went to. I think there were only 4 brothers here, and Brother James was actually the principal. There was one only boarder at the first year I was here. Nothing really happened to any extent until Brother Sylvester came here. He replaced Brother James, who was the principal. And his objective was to develop the school, and he introduced houses, he introduced a uniform. He really vitalised the college, if you like. It was really a great place to actually play sport down there. And one of the things that I remember with a lot of pleasure really was the old collegians used to play the present day boys, and the brothers, particularly the sporting brother, he would play with the students. We had a lot of fun trying to knock him over. I played football and tennis and cricket and baseball, basketball they used to call it then. I was never a champion, but I was always good enough to be in the top teams, and I really did enjoy my sport. When I played tennis, I played till I was 60, and then continued to play social tennis, which I still do today. Well, after I left school, I became involved in Umferson Preschool, and subsequently to that, I got invited to join the board, the council, if you like, of TAFE. I became chairman of the TAFE College for several years. I was there for over 40 years and enjoyed every minute of it. I got involved with Lions. I was a charter member with Lions. I got invited to be part of a fundraiser for Boandik Lodge in the late 1960s, and then during that period I got invited to join the board of Boandik Lodge, which I did. And at the same time, I was extremely busy in representing the timber industry. I was on many committees there, and part of my involvement in education down here, I was asked to actually chair the National Timber Industry Committee. There were 19 set up by the federal government. I did have a marvellous period in the industry, a marvellous job, and I think I was pretty successful there. And of course I maintained my interest in the Marist Brothers, and it developed that they could not actually continue to provide Year 12, teaching Year 12. And that really concerned us as old collegians, and a group of us sat down one night and we talked about it, and we'll have to do something. And we spoke to, and almost simultaneously we learned that the Sisters of Mercy were also going to stop teaching Year 12 the following year. So we contacted, there were 6 of us, and we made contact with the Archbishop Gleeson, and we expressed our concern about it. And that led to a meeting, and after a lot of discussion, it resulted in an agreement in which the responsibility of the 2 schools was given exclusively to the board. If we were to go ahead with secondary education, the community would have to contribute more money. And I was asked to make that presentation at each of the churches, at each of the masses, which I did. And the presentation resulted this. This is it. It's your decision, it's not our decision. We can tell you that it's a viable go if you can provide extra money per week in your planned giving. And anyway, the result of that was that they did increased their giving more than what we asked, and as a consequence of that, we set out to start Tenison College, which we did in 1972. That was, I think, one of the highlights for me in my life. And you find another organisation in Mount Gambier, in this area, that's been as successful as Tenison Woods. And that gives me a great deal of pleasure, and it gives old collegians, you know, we older people that went to the Marist Brothers, my kids that went there, they're very proud of what's actually happened here. They're very, very proud of what's happened here.